Hi everyone, this is Alyssa Nolte. I'm coach of the Cedar Falls High School dance team, and I'm also the owner of Form Dash, which is powering the ISDTA form submission site. And today I want to walk you through a couple of our forms. Specifically, we're going to talk about the permission and liability form and what coaches need to do in order to successfully complete that form. So for all of your forms that you need to turn in for the ISDTA state competitions, both solo and team, you can find those on this site, isdta.form-app.com. You can also find a link to this website at the main isdta.net page. So today we're going to talk about the permission and liability form, and specifically the coach instructions page that will help you get this form completed properly before the deadline. So here on my screen I have the home page, and what you're going to do is come into this home page and click on competition forms. And on this competition forms page, you will see a couple of different forms. All of your required forms will be here on the left, and all of your optional forms will be here on the right. Forms that are currently inactive will be lightly gray, and forms that are active will have this pink link that you see here. So today we're going to talk about the permission and liability form for solos and for team. Now I have it listed here twice. If you have soloists, they only need to fill out their form one time. It's good for the entire competition calendar year. So from August 1 to August 1 of 2019 and 2020. So once your soloist completes the form one time, you no longer need to have them complete that form a second time in order to compete at team. And if you have dancers who would like to complete their form early, they can go ahead and complete those at any time. It's open already August 1. And it closes for soloists. They have to complete it by October 25th. And for team, it has to be completed by November 15th. So when you click on this link here, it will bring you to an instruction slide. And you'll notice that it popped open a new tab. So if at any time you need to go back to the competition forms, you can simply click on this tab and go back. Here you'll see written instructions of how to complete this form. And it's really easy. What we need you to do is copy this link and email it out to your parents. So we're going to go ahead and open that link. And all your parents need to do is fill out this form. So they'll need to write the participant's name, first and last, their name, first and last, the email, first and last. This is important because this is how they receive a confirmation. Anytime you submit a form on this website, if you do not receive a confirmation email, your form was not completed successfully. They'll need to select their school, and you can use the search feature here if your school is down at the bottom. It is in alphanumeric order, and it includes every school that is included in the bed sheet, so not necessarily just registered schools. They will also need to input your coach's email, so your email. Basically, this is so that you can track who has successfully completed their forms and who hasn't. If they get the email wrong, it will still go through. However, it won't send you a notification that this form has been completed. In order to complete this form, they will also need to agree to the permission and liability release form. And this is something that we started doing last year to really kind of protect the organization from any kind of accidents or things that our lawyers really wanted us to pay attention to. We also have a video and photo release. As you know, the IPTV comes in and does a show for us, and in order for them to do that highlight show, we need to have permission from the participants to be featured in that show. And then the last thing we need to do is simply type in their full name in this space right here. That it represents their digital signature and is replacing the paper permission and liability form. Once they hit submit, you will immediately receive a confirmation email that that dancer has completed their permission and liability form, and the parent will also receive a copy of everything that they signed and filled out in this form. It is important that you keep track of this information because we are not going to be able to keep track of who has completed the forms for you. It will be up to you to keep a list and checklist of who has completed your forms and how many dancers you have left, and make sure that everyone completes their forms before their event. So I'm just going to go back to the instructions page. So you send out that link and have all of your parents sign it. It is a must-have in order for your dancers to compete at the Iowa State Dance and Drill Team competitions, including both state, solo, and team. Now, you only need to complete one form per dancer. However, if a parent has more than one dancer competing at either contest, they will need to complete multiple forms. We're not able to have more than one dancer per form. So one form per dancer. If your dancers are 18 years or older, they may sign for themselves if they are in college. If they're in high school and 18, we still ask that a parent completes the form. We recommend that you give your parents a deadline well before the actual deadline, October 25th and November 15th. This form actually shuts down, and it will be impossible for you to submit any additional forms. So really make sure that you're paying attention and getting those deadlines submitted and getting everything submitted before those deadlines so we don't have to chase you down or worse, deny your entrance. The parents have to complete the form. Make sure you keep track of the forms you receive. We receive a copy of the completed form as well as a listing of the dancers who have completed and a running total of how many dancers on your team have completed compared to how many dancers you have registered. Now, if you get to state solo or state team and we find out that you don't have the appropriate number of registered dancers to completed forms, we will be able to tell you which dancers have completed their forms. That way you can narrow down who hasn't and ask that parent to complete it very quickly. Now, we really ask that you don't do this. This makes the registration process very, very complex and really should only be used in cases of emergency or if something didn't go through right on the technology side of things. Just a reminder, and remind your parents, if the parents do not receive a confirmation email after they click submit on this form, they did not correctly enter their email address or they did not correctly submit the form. So please make sure that everyone is entering their correct email address, entering an email address they actually use, and correctly submitting the form. And again, please do not do this one last minute. This one is very important and required for all participants at the state competition.